Shalom. Call Haluyam La Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Bahakodash. Bakata Yahweh, Bakata Yahweh Shai, Bakata Bahakodash, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Bahakodash. Shalom and double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elder bishops and the elders and the Akim and the Akwa for the hopeful elect. Shalom. Just wanted to go into a quick video entitled Report Says 2025 Many Will Be Unalived. So that means, the opposite of alive is death, right? So, and how is that going to occur? Because they achieved what they wanted to with the influential campaign of 2020 that caused those lockdowns, right? And they said, if you want normalcy, and also certain particular professions, if you want your job, right, what are you going to have to do? Roll up your sleeve. And that is the channel and how they will possibly achieve this, as you see on the screen right here, right? And that Edomite right there, his name is Klaus Schwab. He's the one that created the WEF, which is what World Economic Forum. Basically, they're the ones, the council that direct the steps of society throughout the four corners. With the money that they control, right? And they operate everything. They're little hats. So, be careful on the wording and everything, because YouTube like to take down videos, when you speak. Just report facts, it's not my information, it's factually based, it's not conspiracy theories, anything of that nature. So it says 6 billion will be unalived in 2025. So that's quite a few people, right? That's next year. Today is August 29th or 28th, I think, 2024. So 2025 is right around the corner. The last quarter is coming up of 2024. And so 2025 is shaping up to be one hell of a year, as 2024 has set the stage for, the coming belief of this coming to pass. And this is what they've wanted the whole time. So let me pause it real quick. So Salakia. So right here, this is what the this thing called the Georgia Guidestones, and this was what it looked like in the past. And they have all of these writings in different languages as well, right? And they have tablets, part of the stone written in English. And so this is what happened a couple years back, right? It got destroyed. We believe the chariots of the Most High, sent a lightning strike, or Esau may have just blown it up itself, because it was getting out too much about the information, about it was hidden in plain sight, It was right there. This right here says what? Maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature. But who is the so-called white man to say what's balance? Because wickedness pollutes the whole earth. So what's balance? Where's the righteousness that balances out the wickedness in the earth, right? It's only one-sided, nothing but wickedness. As we've seen, the epitome of that, the culmination was them at the opening ceremony of the 2024 Paris Olympics, right? Or was it the France Olympics? It was the Olympics of this year, 2024. The opening ceremony had what? They blasphemed the Last Supper and had drag queens as the people, right? So where's the balance of righteousness? That's the ultimate pride. That's the most proud devil, right? Spoken of, let's see, real quick, in Jeremiah, I think it's in 50. Slacky. Get that out the way. I think verse 30. or verse 31. Jeremiah 50:31. Behold, I am against thee, O thou most proud, said the Lord Yahweh, the Most High Power, in the name Yahushua of hosts, for thy day is come, the time that I will visit thee. So the Most High is about to visit this devil. He's the most proud, and that's very. You have to have a insanely demonic level of pride to blaspheme on that level, right? To blaspheme the Most High. So here it says, a World Economic Forum report, hiding in plain sight, confirms that upwards of 6 billion people will be unalived in 2025. And according to reports from Davos, and that word Davos goes back to David, these little hats claiming the Jews' identity, and they set up their own stuff on the left-hand side. So if the Bible isn't real, how come these devils, how come society is run on the left-hand side by taking biblical names and identities and ruling the earth with them, right? That's because the Bible is real, and the true Israelites is supposed to rule the earth with the true proper Israelites of the true proper identity. The bloodline Israelites are supposed to rule over mankind, but they stole the greatest identity theft in the history of mankind, and they on the left hand side, took our identity and now ruling the earth. So, and according to reports from Davos, Klaus Schwab, Cotton Schwab, that's him right here, has confirmed the stated goal is on target to be achieved. And how will he know that? Because they know the progression, I would say, of that juice that they poured into people's arms when they rolled their sleeves up, right? So it says the global elite have been warning us about their plans to radically, you see the word depopulate, by any means necessary. So I don't want to read too much, keywords or possibly, trigger the algorithm or whatever. Just Google this. Just Google the People's Voice up here at the top right here. That's the name of this. That's the reputable website that brings out facts, about things. The People's Voice, and then Google the title right here, right there, and you can bring it up. You can read it for yourself. But that's because we're at the end days, the end times, and great wonders and works and things will occur. Strange wonders will occur and happen, and signs in these last days. So we'll go ahead and get some precepts and close out. So look for 2025 to be one hell of a year of potential mass unaliving of a lot of people. And we warned the people, to not take that, but they trust in oppression. They trust in the serpent from the garden. So let's see. Shalakia. Give me one moment. So Shalakia. So it's Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse 5. Thus saith the Most High Power Yahweh, cursed be the man that trusted in man, and maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart departed from the Lord Yahweh, in the name Yahushua. And so the report that just came out that said what? In 2025, 6 billion would be unalived, so that's a impending curse. When they rolled their sleeves up and allowed that juice to enter into their body, they immediately became cursed and marked. At least for whatever ramifications is going to come from the progression of that fluid, right? They trusted in man. and they didn't trust in the Most High power. They made man their arm, and not the infinite arm of the Almighty power of Yahweh through His Son Yahweh Shai, that gives us that covering and protection, and to be covered with blessings through His right arm, Yahweh Shai, by having faith in that Yahweh Shai came and died for our sins, right, and resurrected and ascended back onto the right hand side of the throne of Yahweh. So from there we'll get Psalms chapter 7 and verse 1. Shagaian of David, which he sang unto the Lord Yahweh concerning the words of of the words of Cush the Benjamite. O Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, my power, in thee do I put my trust. Save me from all them that persecute me, and deliver me. Because the devil, he's persecuting the whole earth, and chiefly, the only nation that has the truth, the chosen nation of the Most High, the Israelites. They're attacking them because what happened? The 12 tribes of Israel are so-called Black Latinos, Native American Indians. And remember, the virus, they say, began in Wuhan, China, right? So if it started in Wuhan, China, and it had nothing, and so-called Black Latinos, Native American Indians had nothing to do with that, and it spread, and we are totally separate from any of the, from the cause of it. But then all of a sudden they said what they eventually said when they got to the States. They said the people most at risk of it were so-called blacks and Latinos, and essentially Native American Indians as well, because we're all intertwined together. But so how on earth are we the most at risk? It's because they revealed what their true plot is to target the Israelites. So the Most High will deliver us. That's them basically in reverse persecuting us, and saying we're most at risk. That's them persecuting us and coming after us and attacking us, trying to say that we the ones that need to get it first. They're trying to kill us. That's what they're trying to do. So it says, verse 2, lest he tear my soul like a lion, rending it to pieces, rending it in pieces, while there is none to deliver. So if you trust in man, then you officially remove yourself from being able to receive the Most High's protection and mercy. And then at that point, no one will deliver you. You will deliver yourself into the hands of the cave beast murderer. So from there we'll get, and this mass unaliving event that's looming and on the horizon, that's looming like a curse right now, is because of this right here. Part of it is this. It says, mainly because of this. It says, Revelations 12:12, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil means slanderer, deceiver, not, red man with a pitchfork under the ground, under the earth. For the devil is a man on earth, that's a so-called white man. The devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. You see, it's not talking about a red man with a pitchfork. The red man on top of the earth, so-called white man, is red because when their babies come out, as babies, they're red all over as well. And you can see, because when they have on a white shirt, they're not white. They're different shades of pink and reddish pink, because their blood, their blood is showing forth through their skin because of the curse of Cain, being stripped of his melanin. So he had a short time, because that's that little horn, that was loosed a little season. That's Esau that was loosed a little season from the caves, during the Dark Ages, the Dark Ages, the medieval times, when he was in those caves, and then he came out. The Renaissance period marked the beginning of the of him being let loose, of Satan being loosed a little season. Because why I call him Satan? Because his workings, his coming is after the workings of Satan, and that's in I think in Thessalonians, First or Second Thessalonians somewhere. His coming is after the working of Satan. He was let loose a little season, and that's America, because America has not been a country that long. It's a short rulership, but it's been the most wicked, destructive one in the history of mankind. And he knows that his time is short. The increased so-called UFO sightings, the chariots of the Most High, the vehicles that the angels drive, our brethren. They're the sky patrol. Esau has his slave patrol of us, but the Most High has the has the cave beast patrol of the chariots. And the chariots, there's many accounts that they don't speak about. That has terrified Esau. That's the curse that go up over the earth for Esau. A curse for righteous judgment for Esau. That's in Zechariah, I believe, about the chariots, because they're terrifying. If they're not for your protection and salvation, because that's what's be causing those lightning strikes, and that lightning be coming from those chariots, and those loud booms, the thunder that comes after the lightning strikes. It's the chariots. So Isaiah 13 and 19. And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms. And this is Babylon the Great, America. It's the glory of kingdoms. What kingdoms? The heathen kingdoms, because they all flock to America for the quote-unquote American dream. This is just nothing but a big corporation for all the companies to come. That's why the Revelation speaks about the merchants of the earth, because this rulership is all about money, and it's all about corporations, with them, making that money. So Babylon is the glory of kingdoms, because they all make their money and they get their riches based off of being able to destroy the Israelites, setting up. That's why in the hood, all of these businesses are run by all these other heathen nations, because the whore that sitteth upon many waters, the whore, America, that's in bed with all these other nations, they all in bed with the whore, and they're licking the dogs. The dogs are licking the poor man's wounds, which is the Israelites, the 12 tribes of Israel. The heathen nations are eating off of of those wounds, or affliction, slavery, oppression. The feminist us being destroyed, our brotherhoods being destroyed by Esau sowing discord among the brethren of the Israelites, and then sowing discord amongst the man, and he's destroyed the marriage bond of the man and woman of so-called black men, so-called black Native American men and women, and he's divided us through the integration and feminist movement, and got our women loving him and hating us. This is an abomination. It's Eve and the serpent. They're in union right now, and it's a horrible thing. So that's the glory of kingdoms. Verse 19 again. And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms. The beauty of the Chaldees is excellency. And how was America, Babylon the Great? The beauty. It's the glory of all the heathen nations on earth, but it's the beauty of the Chaldees is excellency. It's the great project of the Chaldeans. And who are the Chaldees? That's the so-called wise men. That's the witchcraft sorcerers, spell casting individuals, because they run the music industry, Hollywood, internet, because they cast spells, they pray wicked evil prayers upon the music before it's released. When artists have their albums, they pray over it with wicked satanic prayers, so that they can execute the evil, that the words that's in these albums from these wicked artists that sold their soul, and release it to the public. And so this has been one great experiment of by the little hats. They are the modern day Chaldeans, because they're the sorcerers, and in America is the little hats, the Chaldeans, modern day Chaldeans, ultimate testing grounds to make sure, to do their tests, with the Tyler Perry movies, and destroy the bond of man and a woman. And it's always evil, negative images and storylines in these movies. Whenever brothers and sisters, were in the same or in movies, it's pure wickedness. And a woman with anger and all kind of hate and rebellion against her brother, and the men. So, the quote unquote black on black crime and violence and hate and disrespecting one another. So this is their excellency. America is the Chaldeans, the little hats excellency, because they have our identity and they're keeping us destroyed with all of the filth that they push through the media, Hollywood, movies, music, and internet, etc., keeping us down. So that this is their ultimate baby, to pump all of their evil satanic philosophies into this place to destroy the inhabitants, and chiefly the Israelites. So the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency shall be, so America shall be, as when Yahweh overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. And what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah? Fire and brimstone. And that has not happened yet, right? Because Babylon, modern day Babylon, the landmass for old ancient Babylon, is Iraq. And we know that that's being inhabited. It didn't get burnt up like Sodom and Gomorrah. So this is America, Babylon the Great. Let's see. Now we'll go to Daniel, chapter 2, and verse 1. And in the second year of the reign of Nebuchadnezzar, Nebuchadnezzar dreamed dreams, wherewith his spirit was troubled, and his sleep brake from him. So he got awakened out of his sleep from a terrible vision that he got from the Most High. And this is during the time of the southern kingdom, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, captivity under the old Babylonian Empire, aka was called the Neo-Babylonian Empire. Neo means the new. Because why was it called the New Babylonian Empire? Because it was, the ancient Babylonian Empire of Nebuchadnezzar. I mean, not Nebuchadnezzar, of Nimrod, back in power. This is when we were in captivity at this time period. Then the king commanded to call the magicians and the astrologers and the sorcerers and the Chaldeans, for to show the king his dreams. So they came and stood before the king. So why would the Chaldeans be likened and it's spoken of in the same breath as magicians and astrologers and sorcerers, which is all wicked, witches and warlocks, because they're in league with the left-hand side of Satan, and that today are the little hats with the sorcery and the lies and the people are under a great delusion here in Babylon the Great. That's the great covering cast over all the nations. That wine of fornication that they've drunk, and now the nations have drunken it and were made drunk, and now they're mad as they're awakening to as the spells are wearing off a bit, and that covering is that man of sin is being revealed. So you get this word Chaldeans, a territory in lower Mesopotamia bordering on the Persian Gulf. The inhabitants of Chaldea living on the lower Euphrates and Tigris, right here. And the third one, those persons considered the wisest in the land by extension. So it's supposed to be the wise men, basically their elders on the left hand. They're satanic elders, like this thing called what the satanic church, right? So that's going to that Chaldeans, and being the head of all of that, and those Jesuit priests and all of that madness. They have a thing called the Babylonian Talmud. We're not, not supposed to have no Babylonian influence of doctrine, and it's that the little hats got a thing called Babylonian Talmud, and basically reject most of the Bible. They don't believe in the Messiah, and that's blasphemy in and of itself right there. So it is a lot, witchcraft and sorcery and wickedness that's been perpetuated over there in our Holy Land, And the Most High is about to destroy these modern day Chaldeans. These astrologers and magicians and sorcerers are in league with the Chaldeans, the so-called little hats today. Little hats, so-called, those that has the Judite identity right now. So astrologer is going to necromancer, that's going into black magic, conjure up of demonic spirits, and they conjure up Satan. Because Johnny Depp, that did those movies, the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, Johnny Depp, he said that the guy, he was on a talk show, and they asked him about, what he does. Does he watch his movies? He said no. And the guy laughed like, why not, And he was like, whenever they finish filming, he leaves, he takes off. And they asked him why, because Johnny Depp says he appears, talking about Satan, because they conjure up the spirit of Satan, and when they make these movies, they pray over these movies and music, and they orchestrate a great plot and plan and direct and make sure that they execute it in a very wicked, satanic way to put vibrations on people. That's that black magic that the Chaldeans divine with, and they dabble in, right? Magicians, diviner, magician, astrologer, see, they all one and the same. Engraver, writer, only in derivative sense of one possessed of occult knowledge. So, this is occultism, if that's a word. That's the true occult, wickedness. And when you speak the truth, those that are influenced by an occult say that you're in an occult. When you're in the truth, righteousness is wickedness to a upside down, a man that's been programmed upside down, like the upside down man and twisted man on the earth, the so-called white man. And it's sorcerers right here. To practice witchcraft or sorcery, use witchcraft. Sorcerer, sorceress, witches and warlocks. They mention the same breath for a reason, because that's who they are. They're of Satan. And they push that witchcraft and sorcery through the media, first and foremost. Everybody believes, like during the time of the COVID, right? Everybody's eyes was glued to that programming device called television. And they were looking at the media, looking at the media all day, every day, being just brain polluted, brainwashed, So say, but brainwashed meaning clean, but they were brain polluted, believing it, and that's why they were fear mongered into what, rolling up their sleeves, and they quote everything there. That's their Bible. They quote CNN and these other little hat run news outlets, instead of quoting the precepts of the Most High. Not once did they say on the news to seek the Most High. We need protection from the Lord, because this is a hell of a virus that's wreaking havoc. So we can only be saved by the Most High. But they saying no, we're going to save you, And if you don't let us save you, then you can't do this. You can't go back to normalcy. Pure wickedness. This place got to go. Jeremiah 17 and verse 7. Blessed is the man that trusteth in the Lord Yahweh, in the name Yahweh Shai, and whose hope the Lord Yahweh in the name Yahweh Shai is. For he shall be as a tree planted by the waters, and that spreadeth out her roots by the river, and shall not see when the heat cometh. And what heat is that? That's the thermonuclear missiles. The day of judgment and vengeance of the Most High for them that trust in man and follow after the KB serpent, the so-called white race, the Edomites. And what's the waters? The holy scriptures of the Most High, law, statutes, and commandments. And spread it in your roots, spread by the river, and then what's going to come forth? Good fruit. And that's going to be, through the understanding of teaching the word, and then also the 2/3 going to come enter into the kingdom of heaven through the one-thirds having children in the kingdom of heaven spoken. You can read that in Isaiah in around the 60th chapter somewhere about the children playing. Who are these children? That's the two-thirds coming back, being purified through the seed of the one-third elect in the kingdom. But reading on. But her leaf shall be green, and shall not see when heat cometh. So that's going to be the elect getting beamed up by the chariots and being saved when those thermonuclear missiles hit. But her leaf shall be green, and green represents life, right? Of a tree. We see a green tree represents its lively and flourishing. That's the one-third elect remnant of the Israelites. And shall not be careful in the year of drought, neither shall cease from yielding fruit. And that's doctrine. And then in the kingdom of heaven, well, that's going to be, the doctrine right now, and then it's going to awaken the rest of the elect through those teaching it, right? Through the Holy Spirit in the name of Yahweh, and then the Holy Spirit of Yahweh. From the Holy Spirit of Yahweh in the name of Yahweh, John 14:26. The chief fruit is the elect one-third in the kingdom of heaven. The rest of the two-thirds, after they receive judgment on this side of the missiles, they're going to come through. They're going to be the fruit of the one-third in the kingdom of heaven from the children, from procreating again. So let's see, Psalms 1 and 3. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither. That's that green leaf we just read, right? That lively, the everlasting waters flow through us, the hopeful elect. And whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. That's the Most High going to protect the elect, through all of this destruction. They're going to be preserved from being a part of that, the millions that will succumb to that fluid, that they drunk when they rolled up their sleeves. Psalm 60 and 11. Give us help from trouble, for vain is the help of man, and that chief trouble is Jacob's trouble. That's coming soon. Apocalyptic days. Verse 12. Through Yahweh in the name Yahweh we shall do valiantly, for he it is that shall tread down our enemies. So we wait upon the Most High. Isaiah 59:19. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Most High shall lift up a standard against them, and that standard is going to be miraculous powers, saving the Israelites, divine powers, and protecting the Israelites and blessing the Most High blessing us to receive spiritual powers as well. So we trust in the Most High. We suffer for a season, but the Most High is giving us mercies throughout, like Elijah the prophet, right? He was going through it, but he was, being guided here and there, being a pilgrim, like the Most High said we will be in the last days. And he provided for Elijah, and he ate, sent ravens to feed him. Once it sent them to that lady's house with a little bit of oil, and it continues, and that little bit of oil never depleted. It was an infinite. It became an infinite source, to cook food. Because the Most High will preserve and feed the elect, even though you go through it a bit, The Most High is going to allow us to do valiantly through his right arm, Yahweh, that bless us to receive that covering. So I hope this video was edifying. The word to the Hakudash for another videos. In this video I say, Vashem Yahweh, Shalom.